Going live.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to MotorMouth Broadcasting for the High Point IMSA Championship as we come your way from the Brickyard for Indianapolis Motor Speedway here this evening. Hamish Munro with you alongside Jim Cunningham here tonight. As Jim, we go racing for the penultimate round of the season prior to our final round next week out at the home of the Petit Le Mans Road, Atlanta. Indianapolis tonight, though, home, of course, of the Brickyard 6 hour in real life, Jim. It's going to throw out maybe a couple of crumbling moments for a couple of drivers, but hopefully they can stay strong and hold strong and stand strong at the end of the night on the podium with some solid points on the board. We come into this round quickly, Jim, with our championship leaders of each class. Of course, Tim Keane, Daniel Pino and Dylan Ackley. They are well within control of this championship at the moment, Jim, and a strong performance tonight may very well lock them into the, we'll call it one hand on the trophy before we head out to Road Atlanta next week.
Yeah, this is, first of all, it's good to be here with you, and I'm super excited to be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As an American, you know, there's probably not a more iconic track. You know, growing up as a kid, the Indianapolis 500 wasn't even live on television. You know, you had to listen to it on the radio, and then the next weekend they would broadcast it, and you'd get to see like an edited down version of it. But excuse me, it's always been a, you know, arguably the most just iconic track in America. It's you know, it's home to some of the greatest champions.
I think it definitely, you know, you think of iconic circuits in the US, Jim, the first two you think of is Indianapolis and Daytona.
I agree.
They are probably the two most iconic race circuits in the US. Two of the most iconic in the world. They'd easily be in the top 10 for most iconic race circuits in the world with the likes of Spa, Le Mans, the Nürburgring, Monaco, for example. And we come racing here tonight with, you know, IMSA action, GTPs, LMP2s and GT3s. On the back of massive announcements for next season for iRacing, of course, Jim. We were talking about it pre-show. Some big announcements that actually have big implications, not only for this series, but the other High Point series as well, of the GT Challenge. Now, just quickly, for a quick point to announce to those who are watching, if they haven't read the announcement by iRacing in the forums, we are getting not only an updated GT3 car next season, but we're also getting a brand new GT3 car next season as well. The BMW M4 GT3 is getting upgraded for free to the Evo version, so if anyone owns it, they will now have the Evo version of the car. And you are also getting the opportunity to buy the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 car for next season as well, Jim. There's also the new GT4 Ford Mustang.
That's and the then one also, right there.
That's, you know, if anyone wanted to run a Dark Horse series, you've now probably got the best opportunity to with that GT4 car. And then also we're getting the new Dallara Indy Light car as well next season for those who are big fans of open wheel racing and specifically open wheel racing in the US for Indy Light cars. I love the original Indy Light. The new one's going to be just as good as well. We're well into qualifying at the moment as well, Jim. We've only got a couple of moments left. Navy Thompson is currently sitting pole position for the GTP class. Alexander Jacoby, which I think is Stefan Jacoby, his name is changed apparently in SDK, yes. Sits P1. And then Daniel Pino, of course, it's P1 for the GT3 class at the moment as well. Announced for next season too, Jim. We're also getting, of course, Mexico City, which was announced last season that would be released in this season. They did also announce they were going to be releasing Miami, but that's been halted for another season, so that will be the season 1 track at this stage. We're also getting a heap of refreshes for a lot of the US circuits that NASCAR runs, including Daytona, Coda, Watkins Glen, and other circuits as well, Jim. But speaking of circuits, we need to have a quick talk about next season's calendar, Jim, because we've only got one round left to go this season, and next season's going to be right around the corner very, very soon. And this series is going to be going racing, not only with a brand new updated car in the list with the BMW, but a brand new car joining the list in the Aston Martin as well. And where we're going next season, Jim, it looks incredible. It's a very WEC style of calendar next season. A couple of European tracks have been included. I do like it as well. I would personally say I think Le Mans maybe should have been the opener Jim, just because you're more than likely going to see more drivers at round 1 than you would at round 10. But hey, I'm not opposed to it being included. Well, we end at Road Atlanta this season. We start at Road Atlanta next season before heading into Daytona, and then for Sebring, Silverstone, Watkins Glen, Coda, Indianapolis, Monza, Imola, and Le Mans 24-hour circuit as well. So a well-rounded calendar.
Indeed.
A mixture of IMSA and WEC, with a little bit of Formula One thrown in there with the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit as well.
So my thought right there on that is this, this schedule has probably been worked on, excuse me, for weeks. If it were me, I would personally like to see Silverstone pulled out and them add Mexico City to the schedule.
That would be cool.
Yes,
that would be cool. It'd be interesting to see.
Well, we have a lot of Spanish. We have a lot of Spanish drivers in this league. It just would be cool. I just think it'd be cool.
And I think that Mexico specifically, IMSA doesn't run there, WEC doesn't run there, but it would actually work quite well for multi-class racing. It's nice and wide. It's one of those Formula One style circuits, and I think it would work quite well. And, I find that Silverstone can be a little bit hit or miss with how good the racing can be there. It's not necessarily always bad, as Edward Delano was doing a burnout in the pit lane, putting a show on for the crowd. In the crowd, please, a Mustang.
He is doing a donut on. That'd be funny if he was stuck racing with those tires and damage.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that. You have Parc Fermé rules. You must run the tires you run in qualifying. It'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. But I'm pretty excited about next season, and I'll touch briefly since a lot of these people cross over. There's been a lot of conversation about the GT Challenge, and I'm pretty sure it's locked down that it's going to be the GT4 and the GTPs. The GT4s and GT3s again next season. They're not going to change cars, but they may do some kind of balance of power performance adjustments to potentially get the cars a little more separate in speed, so that the GT3s have a much bigger advantage overtaking on the straightaways, which hopefully will eliminate a little bit of the dive bombing in that series. And if that does happen, that'll be huge, I think. But I'm excited to see that, especially with the Mustang and the Aston Martin coming next season. That's going to be a really fun thing. But anyway, let's get back to this IMSA thing, as we've got Liam Habul out there. Let's be honest. He's a 744 I-rated driver, and he's in a GTP car. In a GTP car. Yeah. And he's currently 4 seconds slower than a GT3 in that car. Yes. Nothing against Liam. Nothing personal against Liam, Jim, but for me personally, GTP cars, like I've mentioned it before, drivers need to go through the roadmap that iRacing have very graciously laid out for them in terms of the car classes you run through. Of course, you would run from Porsche Cup into GT4, into GT3, into LMP3, into LMP2, into GTP. You can't just go straight for the big kahuna. No. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to share a story about that after we get through this grid, because I've got opinions. Let's do this grid, and I'm going to share a story. Well, starting grid for tonight's race will be as follows. Navy Thompson will start pole position ahead of Tim Keane on the front row of the grid. Carlos Ruiz, David Dumont will then make up the second row, with Liam Habul and Aaron Lewis making up the GTP field here tonight. Stefan Jacobi will start ahead of Dylan Ackley, with Daniel Nans, Ryan Sarulik and Jason Blaine for the LMP2s. And then we get into the GTDs, with Daniel Pino starting pole position, all on his lonesome on that sixth row of the grid, with Christian Ruiz, Jared McKee, Jacob Gruber, John Voigt, Patrick Rich, Mike Nitty, Donald Powell is in there as well, although he should be our race controller, but he's actually set a lap time, so very interesting. Jason Lappin, John Swan, Christopher Coy, Chase Eisenberg, and then Edward Delano makes up the 12th grid, with Trevor Thomas at the back of the field here this evening. So a 25-car grid, 6 GTPs, 5 LMP2s, and it says 14 GTDs. We'll see if all 14 of them are racing. Powell is on the road tonight, so he looks to be driving, Jim.
So it'd be an interesting field to traverse the wondrous world of Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
So
I had the pleasure the other day, Jim, on the channel to call a race at IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park. And now we go to its big brother in Indianapolis Motor Speedway this evening.
I mean, iconic as well. IRP is a iconic short track in the in the Midwest, in that Indianapolis, Indiana area, which is home to a lot of those like midgets and sprint cars and things like that. Like the roots of people like Tony Stewart came out of there. Jeff Gordon, that's where they came from. But anyway, my first question is, who is Nevy Thompson? I've been gone for a week, and this guy shows up, and he's on the pole.
This is the first time I've seen them here from Honest Jim, and to be honest with you, I don't think he actually understands how the rolling start works, because he's just jumped the start massively.
Was that him?
That's him.
It was him. Okay.
Interesting. Aaron Lewis has not made the start of this race. Jason Lepan and Jacob Gruber have also not made the start either. So 3 cars are in pit lane, means 22 cars are on the road for us as well. They'll do a full warm-up lap here of Indy prior to getting to the green flag. So 5 GTPs. How many of them will be left by the end of the race, Jim?
I'm safe to say I would almost guarantee it's going to be 4.
I would safe to say it may be only 3.
It might be 3.
Here this evening, but who knows? Who knows how chaotic Indianapolis is going to be for us? For the LMP2s, well, we're on a solid run of pretty much finishing with all the LMP2s every single week, and then the GTDs.
Good solid. Yeah. The LMP2s have been just a good solid class this year. They hadn't provided as much excitement as I would like to have seen, so they haven't got as much camera time, being overshadowed by the GT3 action that we've had and the GTP stuff. It's kind of unfortunate, because they have been a solid class all year.
Jim, our LMP2 pole sitter has towed back to pits, and I think is actually out of the session now.
What in
so
the
we
world?
are left with 4 LMP2 cars on the road tonight.
This is starting off.
This is a very odd evening, Jim, I must say. A very odd evening.
We got a pole sitter just shows up. Nobody knows who he is, and then he's the fastest guy on the track, and he doesn't even know how to do a rolling start. He takes off past the pace car. We've got the pole sitter in LMP2 towing back to pits, and we've got our race control guy in the middle of the GTD field. All right, we're good to go.
Very, very interesting evening, I must say, Jim.
It's going to be one of those days.
So do we think now Navy Thompson is the black shadow of the GTP field tonight? He's just going to be sneaking around.
I mean, clearly, yeah.
On drivers.
The Dark Knight or something. I don't know.
Apparently.
He still will not get behind the pace car.
He's got a 4.3 KI rating, so I'm going to assume that he knows.
No, he has to.
How to race this car.
Off. He's just goofing off. He's got to be. I mean, he's lightning fast. I mean, we know Tim Keene is fast, and he out qualified. I mean, so. But
Tim Keene as well knows that he doesn't need to win races.
No,
especially
but
with Navy here. If he lets Navy win, Navy's not going to gain anything on him. Tim can then go on to...
Technically, he will. He just won't. He just won't be able to gain enough.
No, he won't be able to win the championship over him. There isn't 2,000 odd points available. But lights are up. Pace car is in. The race start for the GTPs gets underway as Thompson leads us up towards the start-finish line and across the bricks for the race start here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And as the LMP2s get going as well, Dylan Ackley will lead them up and across the line. Nance, Cerulik and Blaine in with them here tonight as they race up towards the green flag flying. Then the GTDs are getting underway too, with Daniel Pino, Patrick Rich, Christian Ruiz. Saying this one, Patrick Rich somehow has gained 4 positions in his own class before the race start, Jim. I've got no idea how he's done that, to be honest with you. Very interesting possibility as Daniel Nance gets a massive slowdown in towards turn 1 and now has to get that car back onto the road, and unfortunately is about to lose a heap of time in that CrowdStrike entry to the top 3 of his class.
Well, why didn't any of that surprise me based on the way this evening is going already? I just logged into our camera room tonight. We only have one driver on camera tonight, and that's Stefan Jacoby, who, if I'm not mistaken, Isn't he the one that towed earlier? Oh, he's out there though.
No,
But he is on track.
He's back out there. He must have had an incident or an issue.
Yeah. Maybe he just didn't want to start on the pole there. Maybe he was more comfortable,
Well, the problem now is, though, Jim, he's pretty much a lap down. Like, he's at the very back of the field.
I don't know what
it's claiming that he's 2 minutes behind Dylan Ackley, but he's classified on his first lap at the moment.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's not. He's still on his warm-up lap, technically, as is Aaron Lewis. So this is very odd.
It goes with the way the whole evening's going so far.
It's a very interesting evening, Jim. The only thing I could say for this strategy from Stefan and Aaron is...
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's all I can really say through all of this madness, Jim, if I'm honest with you.
Well, I can't argue with that, So I... Somehow or another, I was
also got a black flag
just
to point out quickly.
I was busy doing other things, and of course, you know me, I'm always going to start replays at quarter speed. And then this happened.
Well, see, sometimes Tim Keane just really fills the room with so much aura. That drivers just traverse out of his way and let him through. Maybe it's the livery, Jim. Maybe that's what it is. The stars and stripes
that livery is intimidating. I have to say,
it's very intimidating. It has a heart that has been ripped out of someone's body on the rear wing end plates of that car, Jim. Of course, it's going to put the fear into somebody out there.
All right. So who? Aaron Lewis has got to slow down, and we've got Jacob. Okay.
Yeah, I think he actually jumped the start, Jim, and I think that's why he towed back to pits, hoping he would get rid of his black flag.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
That would be my assumption.
But I thought he towed before you could have jumped the start.
No. He started, and then he towed.
Okay.
So maybe. I would say he actually jumped the start. He went too early, possibly.
If that's the case, he's in really bad shape because he's still got to serve it.
Yep. So he's got a drive-through coming.
Yeah, indeed.
And he's a lap down on the whole field already.
All right.
Also, as well, Jacob Gruber and Jason Lepan, who missed the race, start out on track now. So they just had very, very poor time management here this evening, apparently, Jim, because they missed the race start and now they are... Oh, no, sorry, no, now they're on the lead lap. Sorry, now they've actually completed a lap. They are on the lead lap, so that's fine. But they're just at the back of the field and 20-odd seconds back off the race leaders, so that's okay. So even though they started from pit road,
we have got a nice battle going on here for the LMP2 lead early on with Ryan Srelak and I can't even speak.
One thing though, Jim, that has occurred now, because those cars, obviously of Stefan Jacobi and Aaron Lewis, started at the back of the field.
Right.
We've already got cars having to traverse through the GTDs. So we've already got prototypes coming through the traffic at the moment. So that may start to spread some of those battles in amongst the GTD class further back in the field here this evening. David Dumont has traversed off the road into the sand trap. I believe that's down at the back S's. That's down at turn 3. Sorry, Jim. So running it wide at turn 3 was David. He's still on the road, though, still going on strong. Tim Keane has got Navy Thompson all over the back of him. At this stage. Massive pressure being applied from Navy Thompson on Tim Keane.
Here, as
they look to battle away for the race lead. Here.
Let's swap battles. You take this LMP2 and I'll jump over to the big cars. That way they get a better view of it.
As Liam Habul is getting past David Dumont, is off the road again, Jim, down at the final complex here.
All right. Well,
at Indianapolis.
So now I'm going to go ahead and make my point. I held it. But you were saying earlier that you need to walk through the steps, right? And you need to climb the ladder and work your way up. Okay, well, when I joined iRacing, all I wanted to do was drive cars that I couldn't drive, right? I didn't want to drive Formula V's, and I didn't want to drive the Mazdas and whatever. You know what I mean? So,
my God, hang on. Sorry, Jim. Dylan Ackley has just made contact with Liam Habul in the GTP car.
God, he just took out the points leader. Did that really just happen?
Yeah, it did. I've got the replay on my screen now. Now the main issue. Oh my! He
was like stopped.
So the main issue is here, right? And where this is our point of. I'm trying to think of the word to use here, Jim, as the battle for the race league continues on.
Yes.
Cyrillic's now taking the lead for the LMP2s. From an outsider's perspective, Jim,
yep.
Right, and how we're looking at things, right? So how it is occurring on track as we see it at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Habul in qualifying was 4 seconds slower than the slowest GTD car on track, not the slowest GTP.
No,
the slowest GTD. He was 4 seconds off the pace of the lowest class.
Right.
In this race. He did a 1:36 in qualifying. Right now at race pace, the top 3 of GTP are doing 1:18s. He is 18 seconds off the pace of his own class.
Yep.
David Dumont is 11 seconds off this pace. Now, this is nothing against David and Liam. Both of them have got 740 I rating.
Yes.
They should not be in the GTP car. I'm sorry. The GTP car is a very difficult car to drive.
It is.
It is not an easy car to drive.
Especially after that tire update.
Especially after the tire update. It is not an easy car to drive at all. It is very, very difficult. You've got a lot of learning in that car. You've got to not only learn how the ground effects work in the car, but how the hybrid system works as well. And how you push that car and where you can push it. As Thompson on the outside line in towards turn 1. Keane on the inside defends the position, holds off the black shadow for now, and remains in the race lead as they traverse this traffic.
All right, so real quick, I hate doing this at this point in the race, but has Tim got a solid points lead? Because if he...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I would not be doing this right now.
He doesn't need to battle him. Like,
well, but my point is, unless if he's trying to win a championship,
oh
and
my
it's
God,
close,
sorry, Jim, that there was Edward Delano in the background, massive moment in the GTD field off the chicane.
Oh my gosh, can't even.
I just saw a big plume of smoke in the background of that shot.
Yep, there he goes. Oh my God, they're splitting on both sides of him. Holy cow! All right,
yeah.
well,
So unless Navy Thompson is somehow Adrian Puebla, who's changed his name, he doesn't need to battle him. Like he does not.
Well, that's a good point because Puebla's not even here. So, that would be interesting. Why did you have to throw that conspiracy theory in there? Now you done clouded my. I've got ADD.
I like giving you I love giving you.
Squirrel.
I've got ADHD, Jim, so I get to see things in full 4K, ultra high definition.
Right. So anyway, again, if I'm keen, I don't know if I'm battling Thompson that hard. If I can be caught, if I can't really be caught, then I don't care.
He can't. He's on over. He's like, what is he on? He's on like over 3,000 points at the moment this season, and he's a win ahead. Of the whole league. We might have to go full screen for that, Jim, since your
maybe, I don't know. I think
thing on it.
We'll see. Let's see what happens. I think I might have that sorted, but then I might not.
Aaron Lewis has also now got a slowdown as well. He's up to P5 in class, so he is chasing down the top end of town.
We're all right.
So there you go, 2,700 points. He is 2 wins ahead of Kenneth Clodden. He does not need to battle Navy Thompson right now, does Tim Keane? Now, maybe the ego says he does.
Well, but the point is he can battle because he's not going to throw away a championship if something bad goes wrong. He doesn't need to protect himself. So he can go out and have fun, and that's fine.
He can.
My point is, if he could lose the championship, why are you battling with somebody we don't even know? He's
630 points ahead.
But no,
the
that's
max
fine.
He will lose is 700 across the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, that's fine. He's good. So let's run through these other points real quick while we got them up, just since we're here. And Dylan Ackley
since we're here.
Well, Dylan,
he's in the same position.
He is. Thank goodness.
Battle away.
Thank goodness, because what just happened. But anyway, all right. y'all can look at that. Most of everybody who's driving these cars knows the point situation anyway. We're not surprising anyone.
Yeah, that's fine. And then for the GTDs, well, I think Daniel Pino's already won. He has already won.
Yeah.
Daniel Pino's already the champion at this stage. He could have the next 2 weeks off. He could have this week and next week off, and he'd still win. Because he is.
Yeah, really, the battle there is between
Mike Nitty,
Bootsy and Voigt.
Which to Sean's not even here this week, so Voigt's going to surpass him in the points. So Voigt will look to go to P3 in the championship standings prior to the final round of the season.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he can battle away all he wants.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he's good.
You know?
Yeah, that was my only point. Is if you can lose the championship, why are you doing that? But he's fine. Right. Yeah, he's good.
And the point we were previously making, Jim, like.
Oh, yeah. Let me finish my point.
If David and Liam are watching us, right, next season, race a GT car. I understand you may want to race the GTP. You're not at that skill level, unfortunately. And that is just the very harsh reality of it.
Well,
you're not at the skill level
as
to
a league,
front of the field.
I think there should be some level of qualifications to get into one of these cars.
Yeah.
Whether it either be you have to be within a certain time of a certain driver who's like the benchmark for the GTPs, or whether because everybody doesn't have a great I rating. They may be fast because they don't race officials. You know what I mean? I don't know, but there needs to be some level of some achievement that you must get to drive the cars.
You must be within 3 seconds of the average lap time of the car.
That. Yeah, but my point earlier was I did the same thing. I got in iRacing and I wanted to drive everything that I shouldn't be driving. Right? I wanted to get into the GTP cars, so I purposely went to the Nürburgring and blew my safety rating up so that I could jump up in class and race all these cars. Well, then I got there and I didn't have the skill to race the cars. I wasn't ready to race the cars, And so ultimately what happened to me was that I realized that, and I've had to step back now and come back down to a level of car that I can drive, which is, more of the GT3 cars or, just in different classes, whatever. The point being that, a lot of people do this. A lot of people jump into iRacing and they want to, get in. And that's one of the reasons they join leagues like this, because they can drive a GTP car with a 700 I rating. You know what I mean? Where you can't in the, in the officials because you're not a B license or whatever.
The thing is, both David's an A class license, Liam's a B class license, right?
Right.
So they technically, Liam can't because you have to be an A class license to race the GTP car.
No, I don't think so.
In a regular season race, so
an
like
IMSA race, maybe, yeah.
The
prototype challenge.
Prototype challenge, you're running
B. That's
LMP3.
Yeah,
no, that's LMP3 or LMP2, isn't it?
Well, no, they've got a prototype series that just runs GTP cars. They're like 30-minute races or something, and it's B class. But anyway, nevertheless, yeah.
I would say, honestly, the best car in iRacing. I think it is honestly the best car in iRacing, and it is the best car to start your journey of learning the GTP, the LMP2, the prototype landscape is the LMP3. Either the HPD or the LMP3.
Yep, either one of those.
The LMP3 in my opinion, it's not too bad, Jim. It drives like a high downforce GT3 car.
Okay. Yeah. Without assist, you don't have ABS on.
Yeah, without assist. Yeah. But get good.
All right. Well, I think we just literally went on a 10-minute rant.
We did.
Who the hell
15 minutes into this race?
What? Oh no, Tim Keane just spun.
Oh. It's okay though. He's well within the championship lead, so it's okay. He has set the fast lap of the race for the previous lap by 17.7.
So who's
Thompson had done a 17.89.
Who is running that gorgeous Gulf livery? That's what I need to know.
That's Aaron Lewis.
Is it?
Yep.
Where's he at?
Here he is.
Dude, that car's so fine. I love that livery.
Oh, yeah. It looks the goods.
Yeah, he must have known I didn't say
wow.
anything. I just said I like the paint job.
Yeah.
We
didn't
curse
say nothing. He wanted to cover it in dirt for you, Jim.
Yeah, thanks. That makes it look like it's been at Le Mans.
I think we
know
Lord,
he's look at this.
Oh my God!
What in the world?
God! What the world has happened? Is his throttle stuck, or
unless he just didn't care and was goofing off?
I don't know. I'm unsure. To be honest with you.
Well, okay.
Maybe that's why Aaron's been away for a few weeks. He's been busy building and making the Gulf livery and building connections with Gulf Oil.
Yeah, well, that'd be a tough connection to make these days.
It would be.
Yeah, I don't think Gulf is in existence anymore, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Fuels.
Oh, that's true. They do have that. Yeah, okay. McLaren still Williams still has an affiliation with them, actually.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They're on the car.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. All right, let's find some racing action to talk about.
We went on a
5-minute rant.
We've got a great GTD battle at the moment between Donald Powell, Mike Nitti, John Voight, and Jared McKee at this stage. 4 cars adrift, and roughly a second between them, Jim. This is close racing.
All right, I gotta say it. Donald Powell's doing a hell of a job of race control. He's keeping all these guys behind him. He's controlling them.
He's being the safety car right now, Jim. He's keeping them safe.
He is.
They feel really safe behind Donald Powell at the moment. He is running very, very well.
I mean, I feel safer knowing that he's on the track, I have to say.
So do I. You know, and maybe he's just a rolling pace car. So if we get a pace car, he turns the lights on, he gets to go to the front of the field. Sorry, Daniel, you'll lose the race lead.
So it looks like did Liam park it?
Yeah, he has.
That was his best move of the night. Again, nothing against Liam. I'm sure he's a good guy. He popped in and chatted with us last night. You know, I mean, again, I don't think I just think he's doing the classic thing that, you know, I've done and so many other people done. So I'm not criticizing him for it because I've done the exact same thing. And I got in the car and I wasn't ready to drive it and I was way off the pace and I didn't have the skill to even remotely push the car. I did all the same things that just happened to him tonight and what we're talking about here. All of it. You know, sure, I could get out there and run 5 seconds off the pace and be reasonably safe, but I can't even get remotely close to the pace in that car, and again, not criticizing anyone for it because I did exactly the same, but it's not the right way to go, especially not in a championship where if Dylan Ackley was in a battle right there, you just could have ended this championship.
He could have, or he could have made it a lot harder for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's what is he now? He's roughly a minute off the lead now, and he was battling for the lead or in the lead when that happened. He was in the lead when it happened. Yeah, just unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure that if I'm not mistaken, I overheard Carlos and some of the admins talking about having certain parameters to get into certain cars. I'm pretty sure I did hear that, so I think that's coming. And I kind of think it was in place, and it might have just got loosened up here towards the end, and they allowed some people to jump in different cars to try them for next season or whatever. But I'll tell you what,
at this stage, Jim, this race and this battle is really heating up for us.
Yes.
Nice and close between Powell and Nitti as they battle away. John Voight, Jared McKee are battling away as well. Chris McCoy has just had an incident further back in the field. He is off in the weeds. Down at the... Is that the switch? Yeah, it's the switchback section further back in the field. What has happened to this Porsche? Because, oh my God, there was already John Swan off the road as well. And then round went the rear end of that Porsche. The rear engine and mid-engine cars, Jim, really struggling tonight for rear end grip. And it appears that a couple of them have run off track down there at the exit of the infield.
One of the things about Indy is this is a very, very flat. This is a very flat road course, right? You know, a lot of road courses have a little camber built into the turns, right? You know, the car drops in and settles and picks up. Oh, we got a GTP going around right there. Not sure who that was.
Daniel Nans in the LMP2.
Was it? Oh,
I think it was. Yeah, let's have a look here.
Second place. Oh, he got hit.
Oh, contact from Nitty into the back of the CrowdStrike car. Really got... well, it can only be said he just maybe got a bit flustered and missed his brake marker. That making contact with the CrowdStrike car. He was P2 in class. He's still P2 in class at the moment, Jim. But now he's got Jason Blaine hot on his heels.
Yeah, but... wow. And Nitty didn't seem to lose anything by that. He's still all over Donald Powell.
He's still going. Oh, but there goes Jared McKee down at the final corner, Jim. He was amongst that battle for the GTD class, and now he is having to get that thing going again on the main straight.
Back to my point that I was saying when that accident happened. This course is very flat. There's no camber built into any of these turns. And what happens when you start running these cars on a flatter surface like that? The rear end wants to step out on you because you don't have any camber to use as that grip through the turn, you know? And Indy is one of those kind of places. It's a purpose-built road course inside of a flat oval, you know? And so the ground is very flat here. And
very dirty as well, like the
oh yeah, it is probably dirty. Yeah,
the surface as well of it being, you know, that it's obviously tarmac, but there is portions which have got some of that tarmac concrete composite in there as well. But it also just chews up the tires, Jim, because there is no camber, because it's so flat on that infield.
You're sliding across the turn.
Yeah, you're putting so much pressure on the tires.
Yep, the side load's incredible.
Yeah, they can't withstand that. It's one of the big reasons why when they used to run Formula One here back in 2005, when they had the oval portion of this circuit as the last corner as well, it's one of the reasons why the Michelin tires on the majority of the field could not withstand the surface of the track. A lot of them had tire blowouts during practice and qualifying. It's one of the big controversies of Formula One for that year. Was that only 6 cars started that race, and they were all Bridgestone tire users, because obviously Bridgestone owns Firestone tires, which made the tires for IndyCar at the time. So they had the technology in the tires to withstand the pressures of the oval section and the wear of the infield.
Also, at that same time in NASCAR, they had regrooved the oval portion of the track, right, to increase the grip. And it absolutely destroyed the NASCAR tires. They literally started throwing a caution flag, an intentional caution, every 8 or so laps, so the cars could pit and change tires, because they were afraid somebody was going to slam it into the wall at 200 miles an hour when one of those tires blew out. So that all happened at around the same time.
It's one of the reasons as well. Like, all those Michelin tire using teams didn't race out of protest in that event for the US Grand Prix, because it was unsafe, because the Michelin tires, the compound was too soft. It would wear away so quickly. You know, we saw footage of Ralph Schumacher spinning at the final corner, and a couple other drivers as well, including one Manuel Pablo Montoya. You know, so after that year, I can't remember if they ran Indy again, but I don't think they actually ran the oval portion of the road course. I think they ran the motorcycle road course variant, just because it was the only way the tires could withstand racing. On Indianapolis. So, you know,
the problem with the NASCAR cars was, you know, it's so much side load going through those turns, because those cars are so heavy, you know. I mean, because they are significantly heavier than these like GTP cars, you know, and they don't have the downforce either, which also means the cars are going to slide across the surface more. What battle do you have going on down there? Is that
right now we are keeping on Christian Ruiz and Patrick Rich as they battle away for P2 in class. Ryan Cirulik is in pit lane First stop for him, so it looks to be a 2-stop here tonight for the LMP2 class.
Yeah, they've had a few of those
here
this
at,
season.
At Indianapolis. Daniel Nance is in as well. We saw him have that contact
Jason
earlier on with
Blaine.
Mike Nitty. Jason Blaine. I suspect Dylan Ackley will also be in.
Well, he's already been
as
in
well.
because he had that accident. So
Oh, that's right.
He's got a few extra laps to fuel to play with in hopes that maybe a
Well,
safety car
he might
comes
be
up.
okay then, because if he can get to 35 minutes, he can make it home on one more stop. So he needs to make it another 10 minutes in this field in that LMP2 car, and he may have some saving grace.
Yeah, he might be all right there. Yeah, that would definitely be a big time saver for him if that works. If he can turn this into one more stop after that unfortunate accident he was involved in. Did Aaron Lewis ever come back out on track? No, he didn't. I don't know. I'm guessing he might have just, been goofing off there. I don't know. Who's the boss man? What's he up to tonight?
Carlos, I mean, he looks pretty well set up here to get a podium finish tonight.
He does.
Jim, if he can keep it clean. We're just about up towards the halfway point of the race.
Yeah, they should, in theory, we should see some pitting from those guys, I guess, in the next 1 or 2 laps, probably. Maybe start that. GTDs, the pit window should really be opening for them as well here pretty soon, if not already, actually. Oh, man. That battle between Voigt and Nitty down there is that's getting pretty serious. Look at this 3-car battle here with Powell, Nitty, and Voigt.
It is beginning to heat up for them. Rich has just started to build up a little bit of a lead over Ruiz in this battle between them, 0.8 of a second at the moment. We've also got a close battle further back in this field as well, with Chase Eisenberg and Jakob Gruber battling away as well. That's for P9 in the GTD class at this stage, so they look to continue their battle going forward. The Merc of Eisenberg and the McLaren of Gruber as they battle for this position. We'll see if it's a battle for disposition or a battle of position as Gruber nearly runs up the rear end of that Merc
a couple
into
times.
turn 1.
Wow. Okay, let's see here. Looks like Nitty's going to get a... Oh, no, he didn't get enough of a run. I thought he was going to get a little run on Powell there down that straightaway.
Oh, solid move there from Gruber into the chicane. Got it up the inside at turn 4 and got through on
pass?
Eisenberg. He got the pass. It did
Let's
really
see the
well.
replay of that, man.
Let's watch this here. So they come through 2 and 3 and up towards turn 4. You see the Merc just runs a little bit wide, too early on the apex. McLaren up the inside of him, side by side, and then through the chicane into position.
That was nice.
So a solid move there from the McLaren.
We got Nitty
Christian
here.
Ruiz is in as well.
Nitty's trying to pull an outside. Oh, he was trying to go around the outside of Powell there. He gave up on that, though.
So Gruber has now moved on to battling away with Jason LePan as well in the Mustang. So he's on a roll as Nitty looks for an outside line at the end of the back straight into the braking zone. Can't quite get there. It's one of the easier corners to defend an inside line. Yeah. Powell's done very well to do that. This battle here is P3 in class since Christian Ruiz has come into pit lane.
This is the run you need right here, though. Get a run right here. So Voigt, Nitty's going to try to take it wide there, but he might have got a run. Let's see.
He wants to continue to put this pressure on. As Tim Keane, Carlos Ruiz, David Dumont have all come through pit road. Ruiz has just exited now. So he pit the lap prior to Keane and Dumont. Well, actually, no, he's on the same lap as Dumont, so Dumont's actually about to get lapped by Tim Keane when they exit pit road.
And Navy Thompson stayed out, huh?
he's managed to go an extra lap. So we'll see how that now works out for his strategy in this race.
Based on watching him drive, I don't see him as the fuel-saving type. But then again, Pino.
I see him. I see him as a glug kind of fuel saver, Jim. If I'm honest with you. But
look, the reality is Nathan Biggert and Daniel Pino both are lightning fast, and both of them save fuel the whole race, and they're still flying. So much for that theory, you know. Man, I got a feeling these three are just going to stick right by each other, and they should all probably pit together too, I bet. I don't know, man. If I'm John Voight there, I might I might try to undercut these guys and get out of their get out of the train with them and see if I can make some time up running out there by myself. And Voight's trying. I mean, Nitty's trying that line every time, but it hadn't worked yet for him. There's Pino down there with his, what do you call that livery? I didn't look it up.
Benita Shah.
Yeah, I didn't look it up.
Well, you should, Jim.
Yeah. First of all, not sure what you're saying, and I certainly don't know how to spell it. So there's that. You want to give me the clean version
Aaron
of what
has
that is?
confirmed what for an Itasha livery.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a car culture in Japan where people they'll put graphic designs on their cars of their favorite either anime character or AI idol or game character,
right?
On the side of the car we'll call it either lewd or lucid or possibly just
sexy.
Nice position on the side of the car.
Okay.
And they'll brand the whole car around it pretty much. There is a whole thing, Jim. There's a couple of videos by a pretty well-known Australian drifter in Japan, Noriaro. He also gives a lot of information on car culture there. I'll send you some videos to watch. He actually goes through it quite well and goes to a couple of the car shows that they've had for Itashas and explains it quite well as he shows them off. But some of the artwork it's a lot of work that they put into it. Like, there's a couple of different ways they do it. They either do a full wrap where it's just one piece and they just wrap it on the car. There are some people though, Jim, which are so intently in love or just have so much love for their favorite character, they will hand cut every single layer of the graphic that goes on the side of the car and then layer it on the car. So every tooth, every eyeball, whatever it is a different thing that they've actually cut and then pasted onto the car.
I mean, that's dedication. That's
a lot of dedication.
Say for that is that's dedication.
So Navy Thompson has now come into pit lane, by the way. Lap 24, he pitted. He's in the lead of the race by about 12.5 seconds over Tim Keane. I think Tim realises he doesn't need to battle away with Navy.
Yeah, I think so.
He is well within the championship contention and well within championship control. If he finishes where he is tonight, he will win the championship prior to the final round of the season, as he will be too far ahead of anyone else to lose the title race, especially without Kenneth Clodden here this evening. Kenneth needed Tim to not score any points tonight to even have a hope in hell of beating him this season. If Tim does score points in the next 25 minutes, then he will win the championship prior to the final round at Road Atlanta next week.
There's no way he won't score points at this point. We don't have enough cars.
The only way it would be is if he didn't finish. That's the only way it would be. He wouldn't score points if he doesn't finish. We don't have enough cars
for him to finish out of the points. He would get something.
Yeah, but if he DNFs, then he doesn't get anything.
Oh. Well, all he's got to do is sit in his car on pit road and let him work on it. And that's not a DNF.
True.
So,
unless he leaves the server before, whether they have the 75% rule or not, then I don't know.
But back to what you were saying earlier, Aaron Lewis, he did confirm that he did leave because he didn't have the pace tonight, and so I guess he wasn't feeling it. So he was probably goofing off there when he hammered this throttle.
Also, Dylan Ackley in pit lane now for his second stop. Crucially got to the 25-minute mark to go, so 35-minute mark total in the race. Good. He can make it home on fuel from here. So he will be in
good.
a solid position possibly to get a podium still tonight, Jim. This will also lock out the championship for him. We mentioned that Pino's already locked out the championship for the GTD classes. He's now come through pit road. So every single championship has been decided prior to our Petit Le Mans race at Road Atlanta next week.
And you know what? I'm okay with that because that just frees them up to race like hell. And I'm okay with that.
It frees them up to have a bit of fun, have a bit of a send, and nothing's on the line for them necessarily.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, if you're protecting a championship, sometimes you just really can't race that hard. It's just the nature of the business, But so now we'll be able to see some hot action there.
Well, we're riding on board with Dylan Ackley, who's now just exited pit lane. We've also got Jason Lepan in a battle with Jakob Gruber, who's finally gotten past him in that McLaren. So the Red Bull Mustang battles away with the McLaren just ahead of him here.
And I saw that
inside
car
the
live.
GTD class.
That Red Bull Mustang GT3 car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I tell you about that. We went to see him. All the Red Bull team came to Houston, all the way from the Formula One to Mad Mike with his new drifting McLaren with the rotary engine in it and all. My God, that GT3 Mustang sounded so incredible, man. Oh, Tim!
Oh, Keen.
Tim took a punch.
That's a slowdown.
Right there.
That is a slowdown for Tim Keen.
Well, I think he did that to avoid hitting that Mustang. I'm pretty sure he was about to make a collision there if he didn't do something drastic.
Well, of course, they do say stick to your line for the GTD cars, but when you've got a flashing headlights Porsche coming up your inside, maybe you just need to divert from the line a little bit.
I mean,
when he's going for an inside run.
That's a great argument, point of contention, about do you, on some circumstances move off the line? Do you always stay on the line? I mean, unfortunately, it's not clear at all.
Oh, John Voigt in the Acura has just had an incident further back. I'm remembering that he is trying to get into P3 of the championship tonight. He's had a minor spin for himself. No one else was in contact with him. So he has kept on running as we ride on board with Donald Powell looking off the back to Mike Nitti Jr. We've got the other battle inside the GTD class of Patrick Rich and Christian Ruiz battling away on the top screen as well. That is for P2 in class. The battle behind, well, that's for P4, but if those two make a mistake, it could very easily turn into a battle for a podium position between Nitti and Powell here this evening. As Nitti looks to go up the inside of turn 1, can he get this job done? No, he can't. Powell covers the inside at 2, keeps the position in that Corvette, and his little silver Corvette will continue to run on by.
I feel like there's a song in there somewhere.
Yeah. It's not a red Corvette, unfortunately, but, Prince will be proud.
Yeah, well, that song wasn't really about a car anyway, so there's that.
Very true. I've never met anyone named Corvette, if I'm honest, Jim.
Yeah, I think it was just referencing somebody who might be, hot and fast. Look at this right here.
Yeah.
I thought they were about to go 3 wide. Between the wall and that split that car there.
Jason Blaine back in pit lane now for his second stop. So let's see where Ackley ends up compared to him. Ackley's about 39 seconds back, but is a long and slow pit lane here at Indianapolis. We'll see how long Blaine's pit stop is for. It was 25 seconds the last time by now. He's pitted early on this stop, Jim. He's come in, he was projected to come in around about the 50-minute mark, but he's coming a bit earlier, maybe looking to take a bit less fuel on board that car. And just looking to push on to the next portion of this race. But let's see where Ackley ends up compared to him. Edward Delano has also had an incident further back, so we'll look at that in a moment. As Ackley runs past the pit lane. Where's Blaine? There he is on exit. So Ackley is on the podium at this stage. Could he get to P2? Well, he's about 5-6 seconds ahead of Blaine. Math says he should end up in P2 at the very least.
Yeah, So he right now currently is... Well,
he's 42 seconds away from Daniel Nans. He was 39 seconds off the back of Blaine when Blaine came into pit road.
Yeah, he's gonna Yeah, second is...
He's going to pass Nans when he
he's going to be
pits,
close.
so-
He's going to be close on second, though. I mean, it's going to be a battle, maybe.
It will indeed. This was Edward Delano's moment. Further back in the field. Oh, he's just pulled it up. And I don't really know why. Maybe just giving the fans a look at the 666 Pennzoil Mustang.
I mean, you know, that's a hell of a nice paint job. Come on. Got to give me something on that.
The story of tonight... Oh, well, it was a good one. It was a very slick joke there, Jim.
Yeah, it was quite greasy.
You definitely got the number of the beast
oil.
in you. Oil.
I should say oil.
Yeah. So as Powell and Nitty continue to battle away, Mike cannot find a route past. Yeah, he can't find a route past him at this stage. He needs a Mailways or a Navman just to try and get by Donald Powell at the moment because he can't find the correct route at this stage. Jimmy is stuck behind a traffic cone in that Corvette. I think Mike's showing he's probably got the pace over Powell. Powell's definitely holding him up, but he can't find the move. Powell's just able to defend so easily that he can't find a way past him. It's chewed up so much time, he's probably got no chance of catching P3 now in this race. But he needs to try and get by if he hopes to finish P4.
Well, I don't know. We still got almost 20 minutes left, and P3's only six and a half seconds or so up there. I mean, in theory, they could run Ruiz down. That was a slick move for that LMP car come running through there. Oh. Well, he didn't.
Well, he needs to try and use that LMP2 car to his advantage.
Yeah, draft off.
He probably would have hoped that Ackley could have actually gone for the move down there, and then that may have given him an opportunity to get past the Corvette as they run down the main straight and up towards turn 1. He's too far away.
Yeah,
to make a move in under brakes here.
That LMP kind of broke his rhythm there a little bit. He'll be back on his bumper, clearly. He's been on his bumper all night, so I don't think he's going anywhere for sure.
Well, he's been running, his fastest lap of the race is a 124. Powell's is in the 25, so he's got the pace over Powell, but again, he's just got to try and find the opportunity to get past him if he can.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard pass to make, clearly. They've been at it all night. He just cannot find that spot. Oh, see, and another boy. Well, he is having some bad luck with traffic right there. That LMP car sent it on the side of him there, or was that the GTP? I can't tell.
That's the GTP.
Yeah, he sent it on me, which is fine, but he had to brake and jump offline there to stay out of the way, and that just again broke his rhythm, and he's lost. Now he's probably second back.
No, he's yet to drop below a second from Donald Powell, so he'll stay in the tow down the straight. That'll get him back into the back end of that Corvette, but he has got slipstream. They've also got an LMP2 car chasing them down at the moment of Jason Blaine.
Right. Well, and knowing his luck, the traffic will catch him wrong again. He really has had some bad luck there on the last few laps of traffic. It's such a, I mean, and there's a skill to knowing where to position yourself with traffic. Look at this. Oh, no.
You know what? And I've got to say this now. That was a very poor defensive effort there from Powell. He has just straight up blocked him and balked him entering that corner.
Look at that from an in-car, if you can.
I'm going to have to do the sneaky effort here, Jim, just reversing it.
Oh, you need my buttons. I got to send you these
I've got buttons, but it's...
No, I've got one that's jumped back 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, and 20. Just one hit. It's great.
Yeah, he just blocks him on that entry to that corner, and...
Yeah, that was...
I don't know, that was interesting. He didn't do more than 2 moves to block him, but...
No. I mean, I don't know that it was dirty, but it's certainly, edgy. Again, and
Yeah.
Yeah, do you do that with? I mean, I guess we're 12 minutes left to go in this race. No, 15 minutes left to go in this race. Yeah, I guess you do. You know, at this point, especially for Powell, because Powell's been off for a few weeks. The reality was Powell was doing pretty well in the points, and could have had a really decent season, but he took off to do race control. I don't really know what the story was with that, but you know, and he. As I've modified the points through the weeks, I've watched him drop down because he's been doing race control. You know, so, but, you know, I guess he's out here trying to get a couple races into, you know, I guess he probably wants the best finish he can get.
He's trying to defend for his life. He hasn't got a hand in the game in the championship, and Mike Nitti, who is P2 in the title race, is not really under pressure from John Voigt to lose that position at this stage of the championship, but you know, he wants to be able to maximize on points, maximize his position, really lock himself down into P2 prior to the last race of the season, and P4 would go a long
we just had a pass
way in
for the
helping him.
LMP2 lead right there.
Yep, Cyrillic and Nans battling away. Oh my
gosh!
Oh my god!
Oh man, that was scary. You know, and what's funny is these two up here battling like this, if they do this for a lap or two and continue to slow each other down, well, that's certainly making Dylan Ackley smile, you know? Especially as...
he is 45 seconds away from them, Jim.
Yeah.
If he can get that down to 44 seconds, he should be able to get past them.
Who's that just came in? Is that Nans? Yeah, Nans just came into pit, yeah. So Sorolak's going to stay out there. By the way, do you think that it's Navy Thompson or do you think it's Navy Thompson? I think it's Navy.
I think it's Navy. I think it's Navy Thompson.
Okay. We'll have to find out because we will get to talk to him, I think. So I'm going to say it's Navy, but I might be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice. Plus I butcher names like crazy.
You make it real. Make real sausage of those names, Jim. Yeah, I'm good. Just had to cough at the wrong time.
Yes, I do. That's all right. That wasn't going to be that good of a joke anyway. So let's see. His pit stop was 8.3.
So Nans is exiting now.
Yeah,
it was about a second, 1.3 seconds slower or faster, than Blaine. It's going to be close between Ackley and Nans on pit exit. Ackley's got him, though. But it's going to be side by side right on the exit line. Oh my God. And Ackley on the warm tires. Gives him a squeeze. Well, and Nans, can he come out of this?
Nans didn't take tires, though, so his tires are okay.
True. But Ackley, he's on the fresher tires, though, Jim. That's the thing.
Yes, he is.
Ackley's got fresher rubber at the moment.
Well, we assume he does by 5 laps, probably.
Well, he would have taken them. He took a 26.5 second stop. He would have taken tires
on his last stop?
On that last stop. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that was lap 25.
Then
so
he's definitely
got taken tires on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Okay, this is going to be a fun battle then. And Surlak is what? How far is Surlak ahead of him?
He's 44.6 seconds away, so it's going to be just as close when Cyrillic comes out. Oh, it was around about the same.
If they don't battle, if they just hook up nose to tail and run, they'll pass it. If they fight each other for position here, they might not.
Well, it's an intriguing battle for the lead of the LMP2 class and the possible race win as well.
Oh man! I don't know if that was Ackley hitting the brakes a little hard, but man, Nans is sending it in there though. I mean, it's obviously just a different style. Ackley's apparently slowing more prior to the corner, and Nans likes to send it in there a little bit, and you know. Ackley seems like that type of driver, a guy that slow in and fast out. You know, he just seems like that kind of driver to me.
Yeah, he's the classic style of racer, slow into the corner and then powers out.
Yeah.
Tries to maximize his run out of corners more so than his entry. As Tim Keane has gone off the road.
Whoa, Tim.
And as has Carlos Ruiz. Both of them down there at...
Together?
Yeah, I don't know if they made contact. That was down at turn 4.
Check that
There was
out.
around about a second between them, so they had a couple of GTD cars ahead of them who were battling away in John Voigt and I believe Chase Eisenberg.
No, Voigt.
Oh, yeah. Voigt's just blocked him, and it's run him off the road.
Well, Voigt was in there racing with Nitty in that crew. Oh, no, he was. Oh, he had got behind them. Never mind.
So let's watch this back because Keane is behind them, right? And you know now, there's a faster class. He's looking to go around them. The door's open. He's looking to go around. And then door just gets slammed shut by Voigt.
I don't know if that's a block as much as it is complete and total unawareness.
Yeah.
Just like unaware that, which I have to say I've done that a couple times myself. He was focusing on his battle, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there and just say that they come up on you so fast sometimes you just don't see it,
Well, at the moment, Ryan Cerulik is yet to come back down pit lane.
Ackley made a nice move there on that traffic. That is going to buy him some separation.
It will indeed.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a
40
daring
seconds
move.
is now the gap, Jim. They are going to jump Ryan Cerulik by a hell of a lot in this pit stop.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Because unless he's saving fuel and he can take let's say a 6-second stop, unless he can do that, he is going to be well behind Dylan Ackley and Daniel Nans off the next pit stop here. This traffic is not helping him at all. Christian Ruiz, by the way, has a slowdown penalty for crossing the grass. So let's see when Cerulik comes in. I think he should come in now that he's approached this GT traffic. Otherwise, they're going to hold him right up.
Yep.
He's already down to 37 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it's eating
as
him
the
up.
gap closes more and more to Dylan Ackley and Daniel Nans. There is 7 minutes left. I think Cerulik
He's going to try to
maybe
go for
attempting here, Jim. He's going to try and go for it. I think he is trying to save fuel to make it a one-stop. Look at that massive lift into turn 1.
Yeah, he's saving fuel.
He is trying to do this on a no-stop. But the issue now is he is getting held up by these GT cars as he saves fuel. And the time is ticking for Ryan Cerulik. The clock is striking down on that gap back to Dylan Ackley, who is on much fresher tyres.
But those are all going to be buffers between him and Ackley and Nance, because as he passes them, they've got to get by him too. Even if they do it at full speed, he's still got buffers back there. I mean, at this point, if he's trying to save and make it, that's an interesting strategy for sure. And the battle back here between Nans and Ackley is kind of they've fallen apart a little bit here. Ackley's pulling away from him a little bit.
Just starting to peter out slightly. Oh, Voigt gets past Delano, gives him a little knock.
Stay with
he drives on
stay
by.
with that LMP2. Isn't it funny? I criticized the LMP2 for not giving us exciting action this year as much as we would have liked, and then come down to second to last race of the year, and it's the best battle on track.
I'd like to point out, Jim, John Voigt, who made contact with Delano, minor contact, has just lost his rear bumper as he came onto the main straight. Oh my God, that is an unsafe lift from Cerulik. I think he realized it was as well, because Voigt was not prepared for that car to slow up so much as he tries to save fuel. 5 minutes on the clock before we strike midnight on the penultimate round of the season prior to going to Road Atlanta next week. And Cerulik is trying to play the fuel save game to make this a one-stop strategy here this evening. He last pitted on lap 19 of this race. So it has been a long, long journey to this point. What lap are we on now? We're on lap 40. So he has gone 21 laps in this race. To give you the comparison, Dylan Ackley has only gone 15 laps on this current stint.
Yeah.
And with 5 minutes left, and they're roughly running a minute 19, a minute 20,
Well, Ackley is...
Although Cyrillic's running 125.
Ackley
so.
last lap was 4 seconds faster than Ryan.
Yeah.
So
4 minutes left, so probably 3 more laps. I don't think he has enough time to catch him, but does Cyrillic have enough fuel to make it home?
I mean, that's the big question.
That is the major pressure and major question. Christian Ruiz as well, Jim, has just had an incident in the GTD class. P3 has gone off the road. He's just rejoined the circuit, and you see him behind him. There is the battle happening with Donald Powell and Mike Ninney Jr. So this may not be all over just yet for the podium as they come onto the back straight. There you see them in the background as they battle away. So they've got to get a reel on now, Jim. They've got to try and catch him because they can put pressure on him here and he'll be feeling it.
Yeah, and yeah, they're there. I mean, they are clearly back there. And the thing is, they really haven't been battling. They've really been just kind of running nose to tail for a while now. 4 seconds is a lot to make up, though, in 3 minutes.
So Cyrillic on the massive fuel save game at the moment.
Oh, you
He's
can
got
see
25 seconds between him and Dylan Ackley. But he's about to enter the main straight of this circuit with 2 minutes and 40 odd seconds left to go. 2 more laps for Ryan Cyrillic.
Cyrillic's going to be all right if he doesn't run out of fuel.
Yeah, that's the thing. He needs to be able to maintain the fuel.
Are you on board with him?
If I'm on board with him, Jim. If anything, he's got to try. He could probably just chop about 10 seconds worth of time back to Ackley. If he just needs to run a 10-second slower lap, and he should have enough fuel to make it home.
Well, we hope.
You'd hope, yeah. But the issue then is as well is if Thompson does an extra lap past the hour mark, Cyrillic's going to have to do an extra lap as well. So we now need to look at where's Thompson. Well, he's just on the back end of the infield.
So.
No, he's going to have 1 more lap to go. So I think he'll actually, but I think we're actually going to make the hour mark in this race. So he's only going to have 1 more lap on board this GTP car, which has probably saved Ryan Cyrillic.
Yes.
Because if he had to go a lap longer, that would have almost pear-shaped him if that had happened.
Be a tough situation for sure.
But we'll see. Will we get the white flag this time by? We should.
Cyrillic just threw a hell of a lap in there.
White flag, final lap of Indianapolis. So Cyrillic has got 1 more lap to survive. He's got 20 seconds between him and P2 in class. He's running at full pace, Jim, so I have to wonder, has he saved enough to this point?
I know, he's at full pace right now. That's what I said. He just threw a hell of a lap in there.
Oh, Daniel Nance and Dylan Ackley have just made contact, Jim. That's probably decided it.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
So this was into the back end of the circuit. So Nance... Oh, there was a GTD car that went round and Ackley made contact. So Coy went round. Ackley had barely anywhere to go, didn't hold brakes, rolled back into the route of the LMP2 and made contact with him. So I'd say now it is Ryan Cyrillic's to win.
Yeah.
And Ryan Cyrillic's to lose. But as Navy Thompson traverses the traffic, traverses the final few corners of Indianapolis, the seconds tick down. 1 hour done and dusted. Checkered flag flies at Indianapolis, and Navy Thompson is the master of the Brickyard this evening as he takes the win for the GTPs. Carlos Ruiz will look to come across the line further back in P2, but Ryan Cyrillic, mind you, at the moment is crossing the line in P1 of the LMP2. Saves fuel, pulled off the 1 stop, takes home the race win, and then the next race winner to come will be Daniel Pino. Where is Ruiz, though? Ruiz is actually further back than Pino is, so Pino's going to actually catch the race win prior to Ruiz even getting home for the podium. But what this does is, Jim, it is now locked it in. It's locked it in. It's locked it down. Daniel Pino wins Season 2 of the GTD class in the High Point Racing IMSA Series. He cannot be caught and surpassed now. He is El Drago, and he is the champion.
Yeah, that's he's been fun to watch this season, man. I tell you what, this guy, when we first started the season, I told you how fast he was because I had watched him in some of the endurance stuff and being in a league with him. And he sure has impressed, though. I mean, he really, and he's a great guy, too. That's the beautiful part of it. He has no ego at all about him. He's a super guy.
Tim Keane as well is, I don't know what he's doing at the line. He might be just, well, David Dumont's actually gone off the track. So has he run out of fuel?
He has.
Or is he trying to burn out, or is he trying to burn out across the line?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it looks like
he's trying to burn out across the line. So Tim Keane cannot be surpassed now either. And he is the champion for the GTP class this season. Dylan Ackley as well with his P3 tonight wins the LMP2 class this season as well. So all 3 title races have been decided for this season. It's been an incredible season. We've got 1 round to go, which will be a showcase race more than anything next week out at Road Atlanta, Jim.
Yeah, that's going to be
it's going to be anyone's game.
Yeah,
it'll be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And what a season, man. This has been good stuff. I mean, and I really want to know who Nevy Thompson is. I'm,
well, hopefully they come and have a chat to us.
Yes, hopefully. I'm not even, you got that. I'm not even in the room right now. I'm rambling around the internet like I have nothing else to do.
Whilst Daniel Pino does his championship celebrations, let's drag in Ryan Cerulik, who won the LMP2 class tonight.
Yeah.
Have a quick chat to him. Ryan, congratulations. P1 on the road tonight for the LMP2s on a one-stop strategy as well. We were umming and ahhing of, well, can you make it home with the fuel save? You did end up making home with the fuel save anyway, but you were also handed a bit of a lifeline in the end with Nans and Ackley trying to chase you down. They caught some traffic and made some contacts, and that unfortunately really took them out of it with 1 lap to go. How much further past the start-finish line did you make it on that fuel when you finished the race?
I was actually losing fuel, or the engine was starting to die before I even hit the line. It was it was like, it wasn't that far off, but it was pretty much, a car away from the finish line. I started doing that. So
if the GTP leader had gone 1 lap more, you would have been screwed.
Oh, it was over. There was no way I would have done it. I tried. I was saving as much fuel as I could. I think you typically run 0.56 gallons per lap, and I was doing 0.41. So, and that was the lowest I could get it.
Well, I would say the only way you could have used less is by doing a 10-second slower lap time. Obviously, you had 20 seconds in hand, so with 2 laps to go.
Well, I got a question about that. So, at the point before those guys wrecked, and you were losing 4 or 5 seconds a lap to them trying to save fuel, then you go up and you throw up 3 or 4 second faster lap than you had been running. What was your thought process there? Because did you think that you were clear on fuel and you could throw up a fast lap, or did you feel like you needed? I would say maybe third to last lap, second to last lap, something like that. You were running like 123s, 124s, and then all of a sudden you threw in a 120 real quick, which equaled their pace. And I was kind of surprised by that, since we assumed that you were on a fuel saving strategy, and then all of a sudden you threw in a competitive lap with those guys.
So I know by the end I had 0.6 left when I hit the line, so I knew I could push that lap.
This was probably the last 2 laps before that, though.
I don't remember if I.
You might.
I don't think I did.
You did, because we were talking about it. Hamish and I were going, well, he must be okay on fuel because he just threw up a really great lap. Because I even said, Ryan just threw up a hell of a lap there. because they were gaining 4 or 5 seconds a lap on you as you were saving fuel. Then all of a sudden you come in and you throw an equal pace lap to them. And I was surprised by that. You'll see it when you watch the race back. You probably didn't even realize you did it. You just were driving. That's pretty funny, though.
Well, to be honest, I think my PC is about on its deathbed. I mean, that entire race, I got a video of it on my phone. I don't know if I'll be able to send it to you before my interview's over, but my PC is like on the verge of just ending it all. I mean, when I was behind Ackley at the start, it's like 10 micro freezes per second. I can barely see what I was doing.
Oh my goodness! Well, don't go to the new Alton Park then in the rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a new graphics card before that.
Yeah,
but if I can't, I don't know if I can.
Well, they're I don't know if have you seen obviously the updated the forums, Ryan, for the updates for next season?
I have not.
So Alton Park is getting a foliage update, so it's about to draw as much as Spa.
Yeah. So if you go there in the rain, that'll guarantee to lock up a 5070 graphics card now.
Oh yeah. But also coming into next season, because I know you run the GT4s and the GT Challenge.
Yeah.
The Mustang GT4 is being released next season as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be fun.
Also, apparently, I was just reading through the paddock chat in here. Apparently, iRacing is running a IMSA Mustang Challenge, but using the GT4 Mustang as the car in that series in the officials. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that'll be a fun time.
Well,
but yeah, Ryan, dominance personified tonight. A great race from yourself. A really strong strategy that paid off for you. Road Atlanta next week. Just quickly before we let you go, obviously raced there yesterday. You had a bit of a tough run after you jumped the start and then got a drive through. And unfortunately, you were disqualified.
Do you guys not know what happened?
Yeah.
So I was never told I got a penalty in the GT or in the race before. So I did quali, and then he's like, "Hey, you weren't supposed to quali. I heard nothing about this." So I was given an EOL. I was like, "All right, sucks to be me. I didn't even know I had this. I didn't have the option to protest it or appeal it or nothing." But because we're on the shorter warm-up lap, I can't get out of the way. I can't reverse. Right. And, for some reason, my iRacing puts me on all teams instead of drivers. So I don't think half of the people can hear me. So I was trying to tell everyone to go by me. But we had the green because there's no time for me to serve my EOL. So I just got a black as soon as the green went. Because, we got the green. My teammate, Jacoby, got the green not even 2 corners in. Like, I don't think he finished the second corner in that little end chicane. So I had no time to serve that, and my black wasn't able to get cleared, so I got DQ'd.
Wow. That's an unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate. I'm very unlucky. But the point I was going to make was, how are you feeling going into Road Atlanta next week? I suppose that you don't have an end of line penalty going there, I would assume, so you should be fine with that.
That's actually a fun fact. I'm trying to see if I get one because I got protested again that race. So,
also, speaking of that, actually, I'll quickly ask you as well. We were quite vocal, and we saw a moment yesterday with Stefan as he tried to race and go past GT3, and they made contact, and he appeared to be very frustrated and got a pit lane penalty and then just sat there. What were the frustrations like from him from that moment? Because we thought, what was the point of him trying to race them? He's in a GT4 car, plus he's in the race lead. He's kind of throwing away his race win by trying to do that. What was the emotions like with him chatting to him during the race?
I'll actually defend him there a little bit. I watched the replay, and from his point of view, because the GT3s have better brakes than the GT4. That's not really debatable. And the GT3, I think, had just come out of the pit. So he's on cold tires, and he brakes, and Jacoby had nowhere to go. I think he could, to be fair, I think he could have done a little bit of a better job avoiding him. But, the way I look at it is there really wasn't much or anywhere for him to go. You don't want to off track unnecessarily. So
no, that's true. But I think more so we were vocal about the aftermath of showing his frustrations, and then unfortunately getting himself a pit lane penalty was probably obviously not the way he would wanted it to have gone.
I don't think getting a pit lane penalty was the best strat either, but just I don't know about the aftermath. I wasn't really watching then, but for that specific incident, I don't really blame him. I don't think there was much more I would have done differently.
Fair enough.
Fair
I didn't we we didn't see that in the moment, and it so that seems like a reasonable excuse if that's the way it went down, for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
congratulations to you tonight, and so Road Atlanta should be fun next week. Everybody can just let their hair down and get after it,
Yeah, finally. The
Right.
2-stop today was definitely very stressful to try and.
That was fun to watch.
Away
It
from-
made some excitement there towards the end. I criticized the LMP2s at the beginning of this race, saying that I didn't feel like that we had gotten as much action as we hoped to out of them this season, and then it ended up turning out to be the premier, class of the night tonight, and got a lot of TV time because of it, so that was fun. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks for
yeah.
that.
You want to, sorry, just to end this off, you want to guess what Jacoby did at the start?
Did he jump the start?
No, he forgot to refuel his car
Oh my god!
after qualifying.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We were wondering.
What an official's strat there from him. That's a real official's move, if you ask me.
You're right. That's
Get
funny.
you qualifying in at the start of the D24 and be like, "Oh no, I didn't put my race setup on. Now I've got to come back around and try and put the fuel in." But it's a shame. It's a shame
So-
I guess-
that happened to him.
I guess we share that because in the Daytona 24 that I ran, I forgot to pit and I had to tow.
Oh,
So I think it might just be a
Yeah.
share one brain cell moment.
yeah, that's, right.
Quite possibly. Well, Ryan, congratulations on your
You
win
two are
tonight.
solid
Best of luck.
teammates. As long as somebody's,
Yes,
as long as somebody's
Yeah.
controlling your
similar
fuel.
strats.
Yeah.
But best of luck next week, Ryan, in the GT Challenge and the IMSA Series as well. We look forward to seeing how you go next time at Road Atlanta in these cars, and hopefully it's a better outcome for you than it was yesterday. So great job tonight.
Thank you. Yeah. You guys have a good one.
No worries, you too. Next up, we have our GTD Championship winner and GTD race winner. It appears we don't have our GTP winner here tonight.
Yeah,
Come and
he
have a
didn't
chat
wanna
to
come
us,
see
Jim. Unfortunately, he didn't want to. He didn't want to chat to us apparently. So
He's mystery.
But
he's a
he's a
nobody knows
mystery.
who he is. It's it's a mystery. He shows up. He qualifies on pole. He tries to kill the pace car.
he doesn't want to answer for his sins, apparently, Jim. But our race winner tonight for the GTD field and championship winner as well for season 2 of the IMSA, other High Point Racing IMSA series, Daniel Pino El Drago. Well, you've destroyed the kingdom, Daniel. You've burnt it down and you've claimed it as your own in a Ragnarok scenario, and you've won the championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, let's go. Champion,
Good job.
baby.
All with an Itashar livery on the car as well. Just absolutely weeb the field this week, Daniel.
Yeah, man. Probably the livery is give me the good luck.
Oh, yeah.
But yes.
It definitely did.
Yeah,
now,
man.
the first question I want to ask you, Daniel, because obviously you've been racing in this Merc all season, and next season there's a new GT3 car coming in the Aston Martin. Are we going to see a car change from you next season to run the new car, or are you going to stick by and stay with Mercedes for the upcoming season?
I will stay in the Merc. To be honest, I don't like the main cars. Like, for example, last season the Acura was the main car. I don't like main cars, so I put the worst car ever. At that time, it was the
Lamborghini.
yes, and I run the Lamborghini.
I remember when I
now-
first met you, you were driving the Lamborghini, and you're the only
Yeah.
guy. You were winning everything with that Lamborghini, and I was like, Man,
I was the
if this
only
guy
one
was
with
driving
the
a real
Lamborghini.
car, how fast would he be? Because the Lamborghini was a dog, man. And you were
Yeah.
just killing it. Everybody's like, how are you driving that? You were just like, oh, no big deal,
Yeah, right now the main is Mustang and Merc, but yes, I will stick with this car. I am a Mercedes fan,
Well, there you go.
and with this livery way better, I will stay in this car.
I reckon we need to put you in a GT4 car, Daniel, and just see if you can win then against the GT3 drivers.
That would be fun.
You probably could. You probably could, to be fair. But
No.
now, obviously, Road Atlanta next week for this series.
Hey,
a
the
little bit of
championship
PTSD
is
from yesterday.
the championship is not on the line next week in the GT Challenge. We could put
I
him
reckon
in
Daniel should start from the back of the field.
no, he should start a GT4 car and let's see what he can do against the GT3s next week.
Yeah. No. By the way, I do a back-to-back yesterday and today.
Yes, you sure did.
Double win.
Yeah, but yeah. Obviously, yesterday was way difficult than this one.
Yeah, that was. We've got some. I have to say, since you joined that series, man, we've had some fantastic racing. Anybody that doesn't know about that series, it's the High Point Racing GT Challenge. Same league here. A lot of different guys, and certainly a different format. And the racing over there has been absolutely insane. We have had probably four or five races in a row where it's just been, nose to tail, right to the end of the race. Battling it out, bumping each other around on the track. It's been great.
Yeah, yesterday 2 leaders in the wall.
Did you after you watched the replay, did you think it was that you were not at fault there? I didn't. We didn't think you were at fault, and I don't think Dathan did either. But I know you had.
I think it's hard racing. Like if you think you are in the night side by side. You don't know what is the limit, like with neck coat or just touch the car. So for me, it's okay. It's like hard racing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think it was a racing incident.
If you think I joined in the GT Challenge 4 times, the first one I win, the other 2 win Nathan, and I win the last one.
Yeah.
If I join in the beginning of the league, man,
that would have been great.
That will be a 2021 F1.
Yes. I tell you what, I hope that happens next season. I want to see that.
Yeah, but I will not let down. I will try to win all the rest of the races.
And so will he, though. I mean, that dude, he put up a fight against you because you jumped in there and, kind of dominated that first race and, and then he battled back hard, man. And he came back and showed what he was made of. I love that.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, sorry, we got sidetracked here. But anyway,
yeah.
Congratulations on your championship. It's been a heck of a year for you over here. And you've provided us with plenty of exciting moments and also, just a lot of good racing action. So congratulations again. Give you shout outs to whoever you want to. And then if you would, give us a little championship speech in Spanish, if you would too, please.
Yeah, thanks to David, he do delivery, Carlos to manage all the leagues he managed with Jed and Donaldin. I am in shock that these guys make this. Same for you guys that you broadcast. When I go to my bed, I just watch the replay. I have fun when with the contact, the crashes, the recovery. And ganamos el campeonato. Pero no hay que seguir empujando. Hay que dejar el nombre de High Point Racing arriba, a lo más alto. Let's go.
All right, buddy.
Daniel, congratulations. A spectacular season. It must be said, Jim, but congratulations, Daniel. Looking forward to seeing what you do next week when the pressure of losing the championship is not on the line. And seeing how dominant you can be once again. So best of luck next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing the action from you once again.
Yeah, thanks, man. See you.
See you later. Well, Jim, what a season for those champions. Of course, Ackley, Keane, Pino, all lock out their championships. I'm sure we'll chat to Keane and Ackley next week once they have obviously solidified the 2 hands on the trophy at the end of the season, and they are no longer provisional champions. They are the champions. Daniel, of course, is the provisional champion at the moment, but realistically speaking, he's not going to lose it next week. Statistically, he wouldn't lose it either. But man, what a season, what a championship, and Yeah, looking forward to next week for Road Atlanta, which is going to be more now of a showcase race more than anything, where we get to go out there, have some fun, and just see how these drivers can traverse that track with 3 different classes running around there. It's going to be some epic racing.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, it's, obviously Road Atlanta is known for Petit Le Mans. It's an epic IMSA event in the United States, and it's the closer to the season, which is phenomenal to have that kind of race to close out the season for the real IMSA Championship and also for this one. And I mean, it's notoriously tough when it comes to multi-class racing. So it should be quite interesting. We had our fair share of drama here tonight. It'll be really interesting to see what shapes up next week.
Well, it'll be a very, very interesting case for us to go racing next week as well. A massive, massive season has already been done and dusted for us here in the High Point Racing League. Of course, the GT Challenge next week, where we go racing there out at Bathurst. We've still got 3 rounds to go of the GT Challenge series. So that's going to be an epic affair. And then Thursday night, we finish out the IMSA series as well, going racing at Road Atlanta, the home of the Petit Le Mans, for the final time here in the IMSA series for season 2 of this championship. But a massive shout out needs to go to our followers and our subscribers and our viewers out there. If you've been with us for a while or you've only just started watching, you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go racing. Massive week of racing coming your way next week. Got the FTR Truck Series returning once again, the 204 League Short Track Series as well for the Summer Heat Series in the late model stocks, and then of course the next 2 rounds of the High Point Racing GT Challenge and IMSA Series as well, plus next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after, the return of the i2i Xfinity Championship as well on Saturday evenings too, right here on the channel for MotorMouth Broadcasting. A big shout out to our stream sponsors as well, DRE Digital Race Engineer and Track Cams too. Massive thank you to those guys. They help us get on your screens and showing you this fantastic racing from a multitude of racing leagues here in the US. But I've been Hamish Munro with Jim Cunningham alongside this week. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here with us once again. We'll see you guys next week for more iRacing action here on the channel. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, have a great weekend, and bye for now.